I don't dey tell una say the people where they sexually they abuse small children na people wey close to them. Reports don't talk say 90% of the people where they small children na people they close to them. People like their siblings, people like relatives, people like neighbors, people like teachers, people like religious leaders, just people where say they dey within the circle of the small picking. Now only 10% of people where we say they be strangers, now they abuse small children. So if you want to protect your picking from sexual predators, or you want to teach your picking, the people where your picking supposed to be careful of, make you dey let them they know say now people where they within their circles, so that they no go lose their guard when it comes to people where they around them. They fear people where we say three strangers. It is very important. Alright, I want to know this story of how one 16-year boy raped a 5-year-old girl. This one happened for Lagos State. Listen. Teenager remanded for allegedly defiling neighbor's 5-year-old daughter on election day. An Ikeja Magistrates Court sitting in Ogba, Lagos State, remanded a teenager for allegedly raping a 5-year-old girl during the presidential and national elections in the state. Magistrate Ms. B.O. Ososami remanded the defendant Tosin Oloyede on Wednesday, March 8th, at the Special Correctional Center for Boys in Oregon, pending legal advice from the Directorate of Public Prosecution. The prosecutor, Assistant Superintendent of Police, Akin Raji, told the court that the incident happened on February 25th, 2023. Raji explained that the 16-year-old suspect allegedly defied his neighbor's daughter around 2 p.m. in the Ikorodu area of the state. According to the prosecutor, the offense committed contravenes Section 27 and is punishable under Section 210 of Section 8 of the Child Right Law of Lagos State 2015. The defendant's plea was not in as he was brought to court on a remand application. When the matter was called in court on Wednesday, the victim began to cry immediately after she saw the suspect who raped her. The investigation police officer, Esther Igbeneweka, told the magistrate Ososami that the suspect made a confessional statement at the Igbobo police station when the parents reported the matter, and he also made a confessional statement at the police command in Ikeja. Igbeneweka said the defendant confessed to us that he had carnal knowledge with the victim. However, in court, the suspect only admitted that he touched the girl. The father of the victim said, and I quote, "We went to cast our vote on election day, and when we returned, my son said he was playing football outside when the boy raped his sister. While he was playing the ball outside, he said he discovered that he didn't see his sister and went in search of her. He told us that he caught the boy, who is my neighbor's son, when he got inside the house. My son also told us that the parents of the boy begged him not to tell us when we returned. But my son said, how will he not tell us about such a thing that happened to his sister?" The case was adjourned till April 12, 2023 for the deepest legal advice. Shonado Yera, 16-year-old boy, rape a neighbor, 5-year-old pikin. This one happened for Ikorodu for Lagos State. So when you try to protect your pikin from sexual predators, make you shine high, and the man also make you touch light high for people where they are around you. Because anybody if you sexually abuse your pikin, they need to trust anybody when it comes to the safety of your child. You need to trust anybody. Now only you yourself now you feel trust. And I want to talk to parents. Please, parents, if your pikin don't become teenager, don't become an adolescent, please, I beg you, make you sit down the pikin down, teach the pikin what he need to know about sexual abuse. I'm talking about boys now, because most times, you understand, when it comes to teaching children about sex and sexuality, they always exclude boys, and our boys now they rape girls. Now boys they rape girls, so you need to teach boys the implication of raping a girl. You need to let them know that when they are still young and they are feeling like they are having sexual urge, they don't need to express it. They have to put that their energy into something else that is productive. If you not let them know, say if they seek sexual gratification at that early age, it will cause trouble for them. They go start to do undo like this 16-year-old boy. Teach your kids, your teenagers, most especially boys, how to to control their sexual way. That one they very important because as they become teenagers, a lot of things they happen for their body. You understand? Their sexual hormones they develop, and before you know it, they won't do what every other person they feel say they do. They feel say they do. So you need to sit them down and teach them that as a young person, they are not supposed to express their sexual urge in the form of raping somebody or seeking sexual gratification for other minors. It is wrong and is a punishable offense. And also, parents, when you teach your little girls how to protect themselves from sexual abuse, let them know that there are different strategies these sexual predators they use. We call it the grooming process. Now, different strategies now the sexual predators they use. Educate your kids. Sometimes you say, I don't know what to teach them. I get that a lot because I'm into this child right activism, and I get parents saying I don't know what to teach them. I say, if you are a parent and you really don't know what to teach your child about sexual abuse prevention, go ask Google. You understand? And if Google not answer you, well, you fit send me DM. I will send you materials online that you can read, and it will help you to be able to pass the necessary information, age-appropriate information that they need to know, so that your pikin no go enter one chance. So you understand? Your pikin no go enter, because prevention is better than cure. Look at the story where we just read now. You hear that part where we say, as soon as the 16-year-old boy will commit the offense, they kind of enter court, and the pikin come see, and the one where we say they rape see am, the girl come dey cry. That na expression of trauma. That pikin don dey go through traumatic experience. You understand? E dey go through before her to begin to cry openly. You understand? They call everybody come notice that they come record and say for news where they read. You see, now it tells you that the pikin dey go through a whole lot of stress, and it will require a lot of counseling and showing of love for this pikin to be able to overcome that trauma that she's going through. And you don't want that to happen to your child. You don't want your child to have that kind of experience. Even when they rape adults, the adults they find it difficult to cope, not to talk of minor 5-year-old girl where never develop well. So please, and please, give the necessary education to your kids. And lastly, if you be parents and you can't discover, say, your pikin, they rape am or they sexually abuse am, and they can't beg you, say, not tell, not go report to police, you better report, so that the person where do am, they go punish the person. Because if you no report, that same person will continue to abuse that your own pikin, and if you not see your pikin again abuse, he go abuse other children. For you to cut the circle and to stop that person from abusing other children, report the matter to the police. Let the police or the authorities take the necessary action. It is very, very important, because sometimes they go say, check with the neighbors, or if na siblings na commit, we don't want to spoil family name, or if na parents na commit the abuse, we don't want to spoil family name. You see some women go say, that they abuse the pikin, I don't know what to do. If I talk now, they go drive me come up for the house. You better wise up. The life of your child is at stake. The future of your child is at stake. The well-being of your child is at stake. So you need to do the needful to protect your children. Whenever an abuse occurs, report it to the appropriate authority. Go meet police. Go meet NSCDC officer. Report to NGOs where go fit take up the matter, so that your pikin go get help, and not only help as in punishing the person who committed the offense. Your pikin also go get necessary help like medical attention. You understand, and be subjected to counseling and therapy, so that your pikin go fit overcome the abuser. It is very, very important, so that your pikin, the whole thing no can damage their future and their destiny. Wise up. It is very, very important. Make all of us join us together to protect every pikin where they around us from every form of abuse. God bless you.